Hey guys, today I'm bringing you some comic book reviews. Aw yeah, I'm pretty new to the comic book world, but I thought that this would be a fun new series to do on my channel where I do some comic book reviews. I'm not sure how many of these videos I will be doing within a month, but I will probably be doing these videos every time I read 5 trades. I will be bringing you a new comic book reviews video. So without further ado, let's dive in and talk about the comic books I've read recently. The first trade I read was Young Avengers, Style Over Substance, and this one follows Wiccan, who is the son of the Scarlet Witch, and he accidentally brings back to life all the Young Avengers' dead parents, which wouldn't be a problem except for the fact that they're all evil when they come back to life. This was such a fun comic book. The plot was fast and exciting and just overall fun. I love the different relationships we see between the different characters and the way that they interact with each other. We have a very diverse cast, which is always a great thing. Even though the Avengers are facing this troubled situation, it still maintains this really nice and light feeling throughout the story. I will say that there were a few scenes that were a bit cliche and things that I've seen done before, and so at times it did lack a bit of originality. The art style also felt a bit generic to me, which is interesting because I'm going to be talking about a comic later in this video that was done by the same people, but the art style like blew me away in that comic book. I was more impressed with the art style in that one than I was in this one, which is rather interesting because it's done by the same people. And there were a few panels that just really stood out to me and that were just really beautiful and were very pleasing to the eyeballs. Then I read Miss Marvel, and this story follows a girl by the name of Kamala, who is a Pakistani American Muslim, and she's from Jersey, and one night she's walking back from a party and she gets hit with this mist and all of a sudden she is able to shapeshift. Woo! That was me shapeshifting. Yep. Okay. There was something about this comic book that just had me from the start. I loved the main character, Kamala. She was so relatable, she's so nerdy and interesting, and I just can't wait to learn more about her throughout the next issues. I will say that they did use a bit of stereotypes with her character and her background, and I wish that wouldn't have been a thing, but I still appreciated the diversity in this main character because we like never see main characters like this one, and it was just incredible to read about her. Also, the way that she got her powers was just not explained at all. It was just like she's walking through fog, all of a sudden she has these crazy abilities. I know that people have said that it gets explained better in volume 2, but I wish it would have been explained in volume 1 because it just makes sense to explain it when she gets her powers, but I'll just hang on tight and read the next volume and figure out how she got her powers. And I love the writing throughout this one. There were so many Harry Potter references that just made my little Harry Potter heart happy. And the art style was so great. For some reason, I went into this one thinking that the story was gonna be better than the art style, but they were really equal. Like, I love the story and I love the art style. The art has this kind of hazy glow to it, and I really liked that. I liked the overall tone of the art. It was just great. A+++. Then I read The Wicked and the Divine, and this is done by the same people who put together the Young Avengers. And what I find interesting about that is there is a character in The Wicked and the Divine by the name of Laura who looks exactly like Miss America from Young Avengers. Like, they look so much alike. Like, did they mean to do that, or was that an accident? I don't know, but they should have changed the looks a little bit with one of the characters because they're basically twins. In this series, we follow these gods who come back to Earth every 90 years, and they are loved, but they are also hated, and in 2 years' time, they're all dead. This one I had such mixed feelings about. I loved the art style. The art is stunning. It just kind of blew me away a little bit, but the story was so confusing at times. I just had such a hard time following it. And I've heard that it gets better in volume 2, and I will be continuing on with this series, mostly because of the art. I'm gonna be perfectly honest, because it was beautiful. But the story was very eh. They just kind of threw in random characters every now and then and just expected you to know who they were, and I just didn't know who they were, and so it was so confusing. And also just different things weren't explained very well, and I wish they would have been explained better. But the way that this trade ended had me so shocked. It had me wanting more, just because of that one thing that happens at the end that just had my jaw dropping. I was just like, what? So yes, I will be continuing on with the series. I just wasn't super impressed with this first trade. Then I picked up Gotham Academy, and this is about a boarding school set in Gotham City. What more could you want? It's basically Hogwarts set in Gotham City, except kind of, but not really. Great explanation, Jesse. The boarding school is funded by Bruce Wayne, aka Batman, and Batman does make a few appearances here and there, but he's not in every issue. We follow this girl named Olive, and she has to be a mentor for her ex-boyfriend's little sister, Maps. And supposedly the boarding school that they are attending is haunted, and so Maps and Olive get into some mischief trying to figure out all the mysteries that are happening within this boarding school. Olive also has a lot of secrets about her past, and those things are slowly unraveling throughout this series. I loved this one so much. It's definitely a new favorite series of mine. I loved how dark and eerie and creepy it was, and I also loved how mysterious it was. The art style is freaking on point. It was so good. So good. The artist did such a great job, and the colors they chose for the series, just so good. Just so good. I did find a few of the pages to be a bit busy and just had my eyeballs going all over the place, but for the most part, I loved this comic and I had no other issues with it because it was just fantastic. I've actually started to buy the single issues of this one because I can't wait for the trade. I need more of the story now, so I've just decided that I'm going to start picking up the single issues for this one, and I'll probably end up buying the second trade whenever it comes out. I will say that this is definitely aimed for a younger audience, but I still really enjoyed it, and I think that anybody can find something within the series that they like. So if you like young adult books, I would highly recommend this one because it reminds me of several young adult books that I've read. Finally, I read Lumberjanes, and this follows a bunch of girls who go to a camp and they're just expecting this typical campground experience, and then suddenly they find out that that is not the case and they're fighting these crazy creatures. I would say that this is good for fans of Adventure Time or regular show. It just kind of has a similar feeling to it. Unfortunately, I just didn't love this series as much as I wanted to. I really wanted to like it, but I just didn't love it. And the thing is, like, I can't pinpoint what bothered me about this comic book because it's just a fun little series and it's hilarious. Like, at times I was laughing out loud reading this comic book, but there was just something missing from the story that I literally cannot pinpoint. I did like the art style, but I will say it wasn't my favorite. I really wish that Noelle Stevenson would have done the art. I think that she mostly did the writing. She might have had a little bit of say with the art style, but to me it was just kind of messy and all over the place at times. But I did think it was quirky and fun, and it really fits this story well. I will definitely be continuing on with this series. I just wasn't super impressed with this first volume, so after I read volume 2, I'll see what I feel about it, and if I don't like it, then I probably won't continue on with the series, but I am going to give it another chance. So those are all the comics that I have read recently. I think my fave would definitely have to be Gotham Academy. I would highly recommend it if you're looking for a fun, mysterious, and dark series. Definitely check out Gotham Academy. Also, if you're a fan of young adult literature, pick it up. You guys should let me know down below if you have read any of these comics and what you thought of them. Also, if there are any comics that you guys want to see me review in the future, let me know down below and I will check them out. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you soon with a new video. Hey guys, today I'm gonna be then I almost just whacked my laptop off the table. Also, if there are any